Good afternoon, it is Friday the 4th of April. It is Ladies' Day at the Grand National in Aintree, and I'm just about to go out and do a little bit of Ubering. So I had a private job this morning that was to drop off down at the at Aintree racecourse, but they're not getting picked up, they just want to drop them off. So I'm guessing it's because once they're all half canned that they're not sure if they're going to be going home or heading into town, or so I think they're just going to make the plans up during the day. Yeah, I've come out. I knew it was warmish because obviously I've been out this morning, but it's saying it's now 24 degrees. It is sweltering, but yeah, it'll cool down in a bit anyway. I've done it in the past. I've come out and I've had, you know, t-shirt and shorts on, and then obviously because I'm going to be working now till, you know, god midnight, then I'm freezing cold. So yeah, it's trying to find the balance really of what you can get away with during the day and going into an evening shift. So yeah, I'm gonna head out now and see what's happening. I don't know if I'm gonna be dragged down towards Liverpool way or just the usual. No idea. I'm just gonna go with the flow. So I'll keep you updated in the next hour or so, let you know how I'm getting on. So it's just coming up to 4:20, so it's been 3 hours. It's been taken over, but yeah, the first hour was crap, really crap. So yeah, started at about 1:20, and it took me half an hour to accept the first job. So basically, I would say 99% of the jobs that were coming up, it was trying to take me from Ormskirk or that area to the racecourse. Now, if it was a half decent rate, I wouldn't have minded it, but bearing in mind it's like 12-13 miles, and it's offering, it was offering anywhere between like 13 and I think the highest one was like £17. I think that one was for an XL. So it was basically like £1 a mile, and if you're lucky you would have got there, picked them up, dropped them off and got out of that little bit of traffic within about an hour. So I'm thinking, I'm not taking someone to the National for 17 quid. I'm just not doing it, because the thing is, once you then drop off there, there's no one there who then wants an Uber because they're already there. So it's kind of like you can hang around there till they close at about 6 o'clock, and then there'll be a little bit of a rush on. Obviously people want to go into town or going home or whatever, so yeah, it'll probably be busy for about an hour or so after that. I just couldn't be bothered, so I took the first job, which was, like I said, half an hour. That's because I was bored in the end, because it was the first like local job that came up, and that was a £6.75. It was a 4-minute job going 1.8 miles. I dropped him off, and then it was like 5 to 2, and then didn't accept me next job for another 25 minutes, because again, every job that come up was just to the races. I did accept another one that was kind of local. It was like a half decent rate. It was like, I don't know, I think it was like £7 or £8 going like 1.5 miles or something. I was on my way over there, probably got halfway there. It was some guy called Chorley, and then he cancelled. So I was like, all right, okay then. So I sat there for a few minutes, and then a job popped up. I think it was like £18-19, and it was going near the racecourse. I think he booked it for just before the racecourse to try and cut out some of the traffic. So I thought, shouldn't I? I thought maybe it's not too bad because I don't have to sit in the traffic, because everyone that's booking Ubers, they're just putting the racecourse. So then once you get into that single file traffic down to one lane, you're done for. So I was like, yeah, go on then. So I accepted it. Came up, it was Charlie again, the guy who cancelled on me like 5 or 10 minutes before. So I was like, all right. So I started driving towards it. I thought, you know what? No. Instead I cancelled it. I thought, what goes round comes round, mate. So he's obviously sat there thinking, because all these jobs were popping up, and a lot of them were the same ones going to the races, just popping up, and no drivers were accepting them. They were coming up constantly for like an hour. So I accepted it. So he was obviously made up. And then I cancelled it because he cancelled the job on me. So yeah, got one back. So then yeah, the next job wasn't until bang on the hour. So that first hour I only done one job, £6.75. Then went into the second hour, bang on 2:20, and that was an Ormskirk to Skelmersdale, which I never do because you never get jobs then in Skelmersdale. You don't overnight anyway. But I took it again because, again, the only jobs that were coming up were going down to Aintree racecourse, which I didn't want to do. That was £8.38, going 12 minutes, and it was 4.6 miles. As I dropped him off, I then got a job from Skelmersdale going to Autumn, which was back to Ormskirk, £10.30, 14-minute job going 7.6 miles. So not the greatest, but I was thinking, well, it's just over £10 for less than 15 minutes. I thought it's not too bad. You know, if you were to get 3 or 4 of them in the hour, you know, well then you're on, you know, 30-40 quid for the hour, not too bad. So I was taking him, and I was taking him to this little bar slash, it's like a cafe during the day, bar of a night, Arthur's in Autumn. Nice little part. It's next to like a load of like fancy houses, but it's in the middle of nowhere. So anyway, I was probably 2, maybe 3 miles from there, basically on the main road before you come off and go down all the country lanes to get to it. And a follow-on job popped up for Arthur's where I was dropping him off, and it was a £4 job going 4 miles, but it was saying it was going to take like 20 minutes. And I was like, wow, that's ridiculous. Now, I wouldn't have minded if it was a £4 job, if it was going a mile or something, because then you're there, you know, it makes sense to pick them up. But it was just the cheek of Uber, 4 quid, 4 miles, 20 minutes. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I ignored it. So we carried on driving, and then just as I come off the main road, I noticed another Uber driver was in front of me, Sefton plated in his Prius, and he turned off. So we start driving down this country lane, and I thought, there's no way he's going to this bar, is it? Because it's like another, like I said, it was between 2 and 3 miles away down this country lane. And I'm thinking, he's not driving all the way to that, is he? And lo and behold, we pulled up at this bar, which was probably, you know, another 5 minutes later. And that Uber driver has drove 2 or 3 miles off the main road to go to this bar to pick up a £4 job to go 4 miles. So in total, he's done probably between 7 and 8 miles. It's taken him 25 minutes for 4 quid. So when you see a lot of people either on YouTube or Facebook and they're all complaining about the price of Uber and drivers aren't getting enough, it's because of people like this. You know, like, I refused to take the job and I was going to the bar because it was that much of a lowball offer. And this guy has driven from the main road thinking, quid's in, I'll take that 4 quid. So yeah, this is what happens. You've got Sefton plates drivers driving well out of their area doing £4 jobs for 25-minute jobs, and they're just clowns. So yeah, that's the reason why Uber drivers aren't getting paid much. So I dropped him off. That was that £10.30. After that, I got another job which was a priority. Wasn't too bad, just round the corner, including a £2 tip. I got £10, 8p. It was a 9-minute job going 1.9 miles to the hospital. I was talking to this guy, and he travels a lot. I picked him up from like this big nice fancy house. He goes down to London and Dublin and everything, and he was saying he uses Bolt a lot when he's in London. He said the drivers prefer it, and I was like, yeah, because they get better rates. So I was explaining to him like how the commission works and everything through Uber, and then he said like when he goes over to Dublin, that there was another one. There's another app over there that they prefer to use. It wasn't Bolt or Uber, and he said if you use Uber, they pick you up and they say, oh, don't use Uber, use this other app because we get paid more. I dropped him off at the hospital. I had a follow-on job from the hospital, £9, 3p, but that what turned out to be a 23-minute job because we got stuck in traffic in Ormskirk. I took it initially because it was less than 6 miles, but yeah, it took longer because of the traffic. It was basically just gridlock because we were driving through Ormskirk at 3:15. Obviously all the schools are starting to kick out, all the parents are all basically turning up in Ormskirk, and yeah, it becomes basically a car park. So that was more my fault than Uber's fault, really. Yeah, £9.3. I dropped this guy off. It was kind of in the middle of Ormskirk and Southport, and then a job popped up. She's given me a £2 tip as well, so that was kind of the outskirts of Southport going into Southport to the train station. So I got £10.90 for that 9-minute job, 2.9 miles. The majority of that I ran empty too, because I was, like I said, I was in the middle. I could either go back to Ormskirk or I could come to Southport, so I thought I'll take this because, well, it popped up. So I dropped her off, and then I had a little job after I dropped her off from the train station on a little follow-on job, £3.77. It was a 5-minute job going 1.3 miles. And then I've just done a £3.84. Oh, sorry, that other one where I dropped off. It's not really got anything to do with this, but basically I've started drinking like these Huel drinks. It's just easier for me, it's healthier and whatnot. So anyway, long story short, because you order so much from them, it comes with a free Huel t-shirt, and I was like, I'm not going to wear a Huel t-shirt, it'll look like a right top out wearing that. So it was on the side in the house, because it comes free, you can't unselect it when you order it, it just comes with one. So I left it on the side. I thought it just seems a waste to just throw a t-shirt in the bin, you know, it's just the way the world's going. So anyway, I pull onto this new build estate, and I see this fella walking down, and he's one of them where he's been to the gym, you know, maybe twice in the past week, and he thinks like he's Arnie, and he's doing one of them proper funny walks, and he's like flaring his muscles, and he's walking like he's shit himself, and there's no reason to be walking like that because he wasn't that big. So that's why I was looking straight away, thinking, look at the walk on this guy. And what was he wearing? A Huel t-shirt. I was thinking, wow, if I wasn't going to wear that t-shirt, I'm definitely not going to wear it now, because I'm going to end up looking like that clown there. So that made me laugh. Last job then, I've just come to McDonald's in Southport. I needed a wee. It was £3.84, 6-minute job, 1.1 miles. It was going from Asda. So get to Asda. They got a big shopping trolley full of stuff. They only had one bag, everything else was all single items. So they're loading all that up into the boot, which I don't mind because they're doing it. And then they go to get in, and right in the middle, it was all normal, like box stuff, cereals and all that. But one of the things was like one of them big, massive, like 5-litre things of milk, just stood up in the middle. So I picked it up and said, you can't stand that up, mate. I said, if it goes over, I said, the whole thing's going to need valeting. I said, you have to put that on your knee. He's like, oh, all right, okay. Just completely clueless. I don't know if he hasn't got a car or something, but I don't know how that would not register, not standing up a container of milk in the middle of your boot. So anyway, they get in, they don't say anything for the whole 6 minutes. I'm driving all the way to the house, and then the one of them where in the run up to dropping them off, they then become like, you know, Colin McRae's co-pilot sitting there. They want to start giving you directions. So we're driving down the road, we're going to like number 11, which is now, I've slowed right down, it's like 3 houses away, I'm slowing down, and this woman screams and goes, stop, it's here! I was like, fucking shit myself. So I slammed on and I stopped, and I was like, what, this one here? And she was like, no, it's a bit further. I said, so it's not here then, is it? And she was like, oh yeah, it's there. I said, I know it's there. I said, because the map tells me it's there. I said, but you've just screamed stop and said it's here. I said, but it's not here, it's there. And I was like, that's where I'm going to. Oh yeah, I see, yeah. She was going, you know, she screamed out as though like I was doing 70 mile an hour past the house, and she's gone, whoa, you know, it's here. I was literally doing 5 mile an hour because I knew that's where the house was. Just honest to God, idiots. People will sit there quite happily for 5, 10, 20 minutes in the back, either having a chat or they won't say a thing to you. And then you pull onto their street, you're literally 3 houses away. You know where it's going because they've put the house number in, number 11. You're pulling up and they go, oh yeah, it's this one here on the left. And honestly, I feel like pulling over on the right and driving another, you know, 50 metres down the road. It just does me head in. It's the fact that she screamed out as well, like proper wind up. So anyway, yeah, I'm 3 hours in, and I'm only on £63.05, so basically £21 an hour. I've wasted 20 minutes now, basically stopping here, having a wee, and then waffling here. So yeah, it quickly adds up, to be honest, because I've noticed a lot of the videos will go on for like half an hour. I don't mean them to be, but that's just what it is. Yeah, you quickly add that up, you realise that you're missing out on a fair bit of drive time and jobs because you're sitting there waffling. So yeah, that's about it. I carry on now, and yeah, pretty much see what's happening. I'm in Southport, so yeah, hopefully it carries on. It's at least that. It's not too bad because I know it is during the day, so technically it was like the dead hours. So to be on £21 an hour isn't too bad, to be honest. And I'm guessing a lot of the drivers have been heading down towards the races, because before I logged on, I could see the whole of like Preston, Chorley and Wigan was all glowing bright red, and this is at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it never does that. So my suspicion is that a lot of them drivers have obviously thought, quick, let's head over to Aintree, there's something big happening, which then kills it for all of the local drivers who all live and work in that area. So yeah, hopefully they've all gone down to there, which then means they're going to be doing shuttles from there into the Liverpool city centre. So basically around Aintree and Liverpool is probably going to be saturated with drivers tonight, which will hopefully slow it down there, which will hopefully improve things up here, because hopefully there's less drivers knocking about. But yeah, time will tell. I'll go back on now and I'll keep you updated. So it's just gone up to 5:30. It's been ticking over. A lot of the jobs have been smallish kind of jobs, to be honest. So yeah, after the update, about 10 minutes later I got a job, and it was £3.77, 5-minute job, 1.3 miles. We then had a £3.84, that was a 6-minute job, 1.1 miles. A 5.44, that was a 12-minute job, 3.8 miles. And then I've just done a £6.15, which was a 4-minute job for 1.3 miles. So yeah, that's roughly what, 11, 15, 18, about £19 I think in the past hour. So overall now, 4 hours in, just shy of £75. So it's what, 18, 15, some change or something an hour. So yeah, it's dropped down a tiny little bit. Again, it's just pot luck. It's just whatever jobs are coming up, and I'm only kind of doing like the local ones. Like I said before, I'm kind of hoping that a lot of the drivers have, you know, moved on down towards like Aintree and whatnot. It's a bit of a mish, that one. It's 10 minutes away, 3.4 miles for a 2-minute job. Forgot what the price was, just disappeared. Again, that one's crap, because it works out a 17-minute job. That doesn't include obviously waiting for the passengers, and it was like £3.90. So again, if you take jobs like that, it's going to take you like 20 minutes to do for £4. Then you're only going to average about £12 for the hour, aren't you? So it's important to like look at it and think, you know, how long is it going to take me to do that job? Basically, try and factor in if you know of any like little hotspots that you're going to go through with traffic as well, if you're going to get stuck anywhere. I know it's 5:30 now, but it is quite busy in Southport. It's funny, a good indication of Southport is how busy McDonald's is as you drive into Southport. I've just dropped a guy off there at work at McDonald's, and he said, oh, I'm going to be in till 1. He said, but because it's busy, it's going to be like 2 or 3 by the time I've finished. And the queue for McDonald's is all the way out to Tesco's. So again, even that one, it's a bit crap, because it's like, it's a 12-minute job plus 2 or 3 minutes of someone waiting to come out. So you're looking at 15 minutes. It's like £4.20. So it's kind of like, it's just a bit crap. A lot of the time I'll go off during the day. I'll kind of go off kind of mileage to a degree, but then yeah, on like Friday and Saturday, I tend to go off how long it's going to take me per minute, if it's worth doing or not. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, I could be sat here now for half an hour saying, oh, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that, and then you've wasted half an hour. You could have went and done 1 or 2 jobs. See, that's that same job again. Going 4 miles to Ainsdale to do a 0.8 of a mile job. It's £5.88, but it's going to take you best part of 20 minutes. So again, it's like, even if I got 3 of them back to back, you know, you're on less than £18 for the hour. Now I know I've just said I'm averaging £18.50 an hour, but I don't know, I just don't really want to be driving. over 4 miles to a job. And the thing is, a lot of the time when a job like that is quite far away, you'll accept it, you'll start driving towards the job, and then the customer cancels because they then look at it and go, bloody hell, I'm not waiting 12 or 13 minutes to get picked up. And then you've set off then. Now you're driving down, you're in traffic, and you're thinking, why have I set off? I'm not even going anywhere, and Uber's not going to give me any money for setting off. So see, again, that's a 15-minute job, £5.30. It's just like, it's just a bit crap. So I'll wait a bit anyway, and I will give you another update shortly. So another 2 hours has passed. It's coming up to 7:20. It's been ticking over. Again, still kind of like smallish jobs, to be honest. Yeah, so I'm still in Southport. After the last update, done a little £4.26, a 3-minute job, 0.9 of a mile, and then a £4 2 pence 5-minute job, 1.5 miles. Then I had a surge job, £4.59, 6 minutes, 1.6 miles. I have no idea why that's a surge when it's I've done less mileage on previous jobs. Then had a £7.62, which was a 9-minute job, 2.4 miles. I had another surge job, £7.34. That was a 10-minute job for 3 miles. And then I've just done a £5.89. It was a 5-minute job, 1.8 miles. So yeah, it's ticking over. I'm on 108.36 pence. Done 6 hours, so the hourly rating's come down a little bit more. It's just over £18 an hour now. So yeah, I'm hoping it's going to start picking up a little bit more now. Obviously it's been really nice weather and everything all day, and yeah, so hopefully it's just going to start getting a little busier now with people going out, and it'll push that hourly rating up a little bit. So yeah, see what happens, and I'll be running until 9 o'clock, and then I can go on charge. Now I realise that the cheaper rate is 9 o'clock on the charger rather than 10. I've used just over half a tank, and I've done 87 miles. So even if I get like another 80 out of it, it's like 167 miles because it's warm. I'm getting like 3.3 miles per kilowatt. So yeah, I'll easily last until 9 o'clock anyway, and then I'll jump on charge then and have my break then, because then I'll be on about 7. Yeah, I'll be not far off 8 hours then. How many driving hours have I done up to now? What the hell? I'm driving. Oh, that's the whole week. I was about to say that. Driving time, I've only done 4 hours 15. I've done 16 trips. So yeah, let's see what happens, and I'll keep you. So 8:20. It's starting to slow down even further, to be honest. After the last update, I had a little job, £4.71. It was a 4-minute job for 1.6 miles. After that, I had an XL, £6.10. That was a 5-minute job for 1.5 miles. And then I had a £5.23. That was an 8-minute job for 2.9 miles. So I've already done 3 jobs in the past hour, which comes to about £16 something. So now I'm currently on 124.40, which is working out at about £17.70 an hour. So it's just been slowly dropping over the hours. I haven't seen it bump up yet. At all. It's just constantly coming down. I know it's only like in small increments, you know, 20, 50p an hour, £1 an hour, but I don't know, it's just kind of seems to be going quite slow. It's like some of the jobs that have been popping up then, I'll just go back online now. The last one to pop up before I'd done this update, it wanted me to go pick someone up a couple of miles away, drive them to Formby. You know, look at this one here for example. So it's 10 minutes away, or 3.1 miles. It's going another 10 minutes for 4 miles. So, and it was offering £9, and that was going to be like a 25-minute job. even when you look at this one here, it's like £4.80. It's like a 15-minute job, and it's 4 miles in total. I'm not doing 4 miles for £4 at nearly 8:30 on a Friday night. That other one before was almost a half an hour job, picking somebody up locally and taking them all the way to Formby, and it was like £10.18 or something. Again, I'm not doing like a half an hour job for 10 quid. I know when you look at it, you could say, well, you know, you kind of averaging like £18 an hour at the minute, but that's not like willingly. It's not like I'm not picking jobs that are taking me an hour and I know I'm going to be on that. It's all like a bit of a, you know, a bit of a gamble. You're trying to get the best jobs for the least amount of time. Some hours it works off, some hours it doesn't. But by taking jobs, again like that one there, it's including the waiting time, it's not going to be far off 15 minutes. It's £4.90, and it's just, you know, if you go and do that, and even if you got them back to back, you'd be lucky to get the £20 in the hour. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a bit crap really. Like I said, especially because it's not far off 8:30 now on a Friday night. You know, it should be booming a little bit more, to be honest. So yeah, I'm a little bit unsure what to do. I can head over to the charging point in about half an hour's time, so you know, I might do another 1 or 2 jobs between now and then, go on charge. But then if I charge up from 9 till 10, for example, I'll be pretty much fully charged, you know, and I'm bearing in mind that I've come out on a full tank, which at that point of going on charge would have got me about 8 hours. Now I know if I charge up from 9 till 10, I'm not going to do another 8 hours. You know, I'm not going to be working till 6 in the morning. You know, so granted, yeah, you know, I could just go on charge for half an hour. But I don't know, it's always one of them. See again, that one, that's like an almost a half an hour job. They're offering £6.60. So it's like, that's just crap. What was I saying? Yeah, I always like to try and have a full tank, because you don't know what jobs are going to come through. Like I remember a while back I'd fully charged, and then as soon as I come back online, I got a job from just round the corner. It was literally a minute away from the hospital, taking them back to Manchester. I think it was like 80 odd quid or something. So again, it was fine and I could do it because I had a full tank. So I just set off, went and got him, took him to Manchester, and then I'm only like half the way back, you know, because I don't have to come all the way back to Southport. So it was like, it took me like an hour and a half, and I got like, I think it was like 85 quid, 90 quid, something like that. So it was good. Now if I just go in and just get half a tank, for example, and then I come out and like a decent job like that comes up, I wouldn't be able to do it because I wouldn't have enough mileage. So then you're thinking, then you're kicking yourself and you're thinking, well, for the sake of another tenner for charging up, I'm missing out on them kind of jobs. It just limits you. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have a little think about it, and you'll know on the next update. So I'll either be stopping in half an hour to charge up, and I'll be staying out, or I'm going to be heading home. Stay tuned to find out. So it's just after 9 o'clock and I decided to come home because it was just really quiet. After that last update I only got one more job. So basically between, what was that? That was just after 8 o'clock, which took me to about 8:15. So basically I had to wait for about 20 odd minutes, and then I got a job at 20 to 9. It was £5.01 for a 4-minute job, 1.3 miles away. And then I kind of sat there for about 20 minutes hanging about. A couple of jobs popping up, they were miles away, you know, it was like less than £1 a mile, and they were just proper awful jobs. And I thought, this is ridiculous, I can't even be faffed. It kind of, it's a similar thing to what happened last Friday. I think last Friday I started at about 3:30 and it went completely dead at 9:30, and then I came home. yeah, so it feels like a bit of a repeat. Granted, I started a little bit earlier this Friday, but yeah, it just went dead at the same time again. So yeah, basically because of that last hour where I only done one job, which was that £5 job, I ended up finishing on £129.41, and then I done 8 hours. Technically I didn't do 8 hours because I called it at like 9 o'clock-ish, so it was less than 8, but for argument's sake, just call it the 8 hours. So again, that's dropped the hourly rate. I think it was up to like 21 at one point, and then 18.50, and then 18, and then 17.50. It's now finished on £16.20. So yeah, because of that, I wasn't prepared to go on charge, whether it be for half an hour or an hour, to stay out when it's dead at 9 o'clock. I mean, £16 an hour to me is dead on a Friday night. Other people might think, oh, that's okay, that's worth staying out for, but for me it's not. I'd rather come home and watch telly than be making £16 an hour on a Friday night. And that's about it. So yeah, I'm going to come out nice and early tomorrow. I'll try and come online for about 10, 11 at the latest. I'd rather be on about 10. Obviously it's the National tomorrow, so yeah, I might get a couple of half decent jobs. And then if it goes a bit quiet during the day, I can come home for a couple of hours and then come out and do my usual stint. Or I might just come out early, like I said, for around 10ish, and try and get like my 12-hour shift in then until about 10 o'clock at night, and then come home, and then I can have an early finish on Saturday night as well. But I'll play it by ear. I'll see what happens tomorrow, and yeah, that's about it. So I will catch you on tomorrow's video for the Grand National.